hurting at all? In the sense of if you grab anything?
Should be good.
It's coming.
Alright, so I have finished my very first cycle. About 2 weeks ago, I did one dose. It was it, just one. Pretty heavy dose, not in the least bit pleasant, but then I ended up suffering some super crazy, very unexpected side effects. I was vomiting constantly, extreme pain, like in my back, my shoulders, and my neck. It was really odd. I didn't expect that at all, not even the first time I did treatment that happened. I threw up twice the whole time. This was really a shock. So what turned out to be happening is I was taking this shot called Neupogen. Neupogen is a drug that increases white blood cell count, and white blood cells are important for fighting off infection, which is kind of important when you're faced with a decimated immune system thanks to chemotherapy. You want to have as much defense against any infection you can get. They've given me this drug. I had to inject myself for 10 days afterwards. I didn't make it to the full 10 days. As it turned out that the drug itself was what was causing the major side effects, not the chemotherapy. Huge surprise, I did not expect that. So it would have been about the 8th dose that I had given myself, and I was flooded with pain and I was throwing up. It was so bad my throat hurt. That's why I couldn't do these videos more recently, not being able to talk because my throat just hurt so bad. I mean, I could talk, it just wasn't pleasant. My voice didn't really carry very well. Now, I wanted to wait a little while. It was going to be a iffy topic, controversial one, if you will, and I figured I'd wait until I had more of a following to make sure that at least if a few people didn't like this topic coming up, I still had others that were following through and listening anyway, and interested in generally learning about what all of this entails from, having no immune system especially. The reason I decided to go forward with this is recently, as most of you and anybody who's watching will probably be aware, is that the Science Babe recently made a huge attack against the pseudoscience racket that it has been plaguing the internet. But with the battle raging hard against pseudoscience, woo, and misinformation, especially thanks to the Science Babe, Yvette, I hope I said that right. Please, if you watch the Science Babe, please do not judge me. I got a French last name too. Most people say it wrong, and my French isn't really all that great. So now I feel like it's time, and this could be my part in trying to help fight against that kind of misinformation. So now I feel like it's more than time that we really start making these pushes against pseudoscience and the idea, all these like natural remedies that people seem to think work when really they have no evidence to actually support them. Now, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a healthy diet, eating healthy, there's nothing wrong with that. Do it. Do whatever you can to be as healthy as you can. Now, it's important to note, I have an agenda. I definitely am telling you all of this for my own benefit. It's extremely selfish and very self-serving. And the topic is vaccines. Vaccination is extremely important to me and anybody who's got a compromised immune system. Vaccines are important because I depend on you. I depend on everyone to keep me alive while I go through treatment. Now, I've heard before things like, oh, well, you chose treatment. And it's like, well, yeah, I chose to live, but that doesn't change anything. I'm not the only person who's going through this. There are many people who have compromised immune systems. And the reason for this is, well, I'm beating the ever-loving crap out of cancer with my unlikely ally, chemotherapy, and its on-again, off-again love affair with destroying everything in its path. I don't want to get sideswiped by some sort of infection or from a disease that we managed to keep at bay or remove entirely, but because of anti-vaccination, we've lost control of it and it has come back. The last thing I want is to die because of a disease we didn't have to worry about for the last 10 years. So that's why I support it. I don't want to die. I want to live. That's why I chose treatment. That's why I'm going through chemotherapy. And the last thing anybody wants is to get entirely destroyed by something that they could have fought back against if they still had an immune system, especially. It's also why I avoid the crazy notion that juicing and coffee enemas will cure my cancer. I'm sorry, it doesn't, and it's proven not to. People still go to it because they're afraid. I don't blame the people that go to it. There's the wellness warrior. I don't respect her decision, but I understand why she probably went that way. She was afraid. She started treatment and it scared her. It's not easy, it's terrible, but it's your best bet to live. Most people are aware now. The vaccine fears were spawned by a very greedy, dangerous individual who had many conflicts of interest. Terrible because he ended up shaking faith in something that has proven to be amazing for everybody by saying that the MMR vaccine causes autism, which it doesn't, and it was proven not to. His work was immediately revoked. He has lost his doctorate. He can't do this stuff anymore for a reason. And when nearly every scientist and doctor is telling you that this was incorrect and that the vaccine is safe, you really need to listen to the professionals on this. They know better than we do. Even myself, I only know so much. I can research all I want, and yes, I research a lot. I look into a lot of scientific and medical journals about these things. I still don't know nearly as much as these people do. There's a reason why they are the ones we go to when we're sick or when we're injured. They're the ones who take care of us. Their sole purpose is to heal us, whether it be from cancer, other disease, or a broken leg. They are there for us. That is what they do. So to assume that they're all just shills trying to make money on you doesn't really add up, especially when the ones that are calling them shills are usually the ones making money off of you through some other means, like through their sponsors, the products that they push from those sponsors. I have nothing against commerce. You want to make money? That's fine. You know, you can make money through a lot of different means. But when you're making money on the fears of people and through misinformation and giving them incorrect treatments, you're a dangerous person. There's no questioning that. That is why I am here. I am here because it is my responsibility as somebody who is going through this terrible disease to give you the truth about it. Now, I hate that word truth. It gets thrown around way too easy. How about the facts? The facts are chemotherapy sucks. It's complete shit. You feel terrible all the time. But it's going to save my life, or at least is the highest chance of saving my life. So understand, while I'm speaking for myself and my life, I'm also speaking for those that are in the same situation. They need your help, and the best you can do is to vaccinate. Try to be as clean as possible. When you're on a subway, don't just cough, cover your mouth. Or if you sneeze, cover your mouth. Like, that seems simple, but not everybody does it. Believe me, I was on my way home after my first treatment, and I saw people coughing everywhere. It was kind of scary. I mean, there's no 100% guarantee, but it's trying to make the odds the best that you can. Now, this is why I listen to my doctors, to my oncologists. Even when I don't like what they're telling me, I listen to them. They are the professionals, and they are the ones who are trying to save your life or protect you from having any danger of disease or illness or serious injury. That's their job. That is the most important thing that they do. Even when I am telling you what's going on, even when I tell you what it is that they do for me and what the treatments are like, everything like that, or what I do to get through it, I am not an expert. I am telling you from firsthand experience. So if an oncologist tells you something otherwise, you listen to them. If a doctor tells you something otherwise, you listen to them. Now, you know your body better than anybody's. Don't get me wrong. If you know something's wrong, you tell them. They will work with it. Like for me, I had the Neupogen shot turning on me. It was causing a great deal of pain and making me feel very sick. I told the doctor and he stopped me taking again. Listen to what they say. They are there for you. That said, I'm really just an old hand at this. I've been through it before and I'm going through it again. And so I can try and pass on my experience to others that might have to go through it and to the people that are there beside. It's the best I can offer. And it's what I want to give to the public. I want to share this with them because when it comes down to it, there's no fun in feeling alone in all of this battle. There's no good that can come from feeling like you don't know what to do or how to handle this. Maybe I can help you a little bit. I'll do whatever I can. That's why I'm open about it. That's why I will answer any question. Well, mostly any question. I believe I'm worthy of your trust. But again, always listen listen to your doctor and oncologist. Well, that's all I got for you today. Hopefully I dodge a lynching mob and maybe too many dislikes on my videos. Can't win them all. But just the same, I'd much rather be giving you factual information than giving you something that just sounds nice, but ultimately is not good for you. Thank you for watching this episode of Fight Cancer with Tenbear. If you would like to follow me, subscribe. Feel free to like, share the video to whoever you think might need it. And of course, as always, we're all in this together. I will see you in the next video.
When it's music that you need and the rhythm's up to speed, put your arms around me when you hear this sound, this sound. If your passion's for